guys, welcome. My name is Tennessee. Today I'm bringing you your week 2 out of a 4-week progression to side crow. So don't feel like you have to take that posture today. You do not. I will warm up your body, get you in through those twists, lengthening through the side bodies, and then we'll guide our way into side crow. Now, with that said, I always start my classes with a chakra clearing. So if you don't know what chakras are, there's 7 energy sources throughout your body. They start at the base of your spine and they work their way up through the crown of your head. So I just want you to check in, notice what feels good, notice of any discomfort. So get out of your head, get into your body, whether that be through the posture or your breath. So today we'll come back, we'll start on our backs in a Supta Baddha Konasana. So just bring the soles of your feet together, your knees out wide. Now, if this is too much to start, you can always place blocks underneath your knees. You can always bring blocks into your hips. You can always just lay with your knees up or your legs straight in your Shavasana. Just make yourself as comfortable as you can. You'll be here for the first few minutes of class as we get started. Now go ahead and inhale, completely fill up your lungs. Audible exhale, let that go. Let's do that again. Inhale, completely fill up. Audible exhale, release. Just see if you can surrender a little bit further onto your mat, releasing any tension through your head, your neck, your jaw, your shoulders, your hips, your knees, your ankles, and your feet. Now this time, inhale through your nose. Find a constriction in the back of your throat, and then exhale through your nose. This is your Ujjayi Pranayama. Inhaling through your nose, and then exhaling through your nose. See if you can make your inhale the same length as it is your exhale with the same intensity. I want you to carry this breath throughout your practice today, through each posture, through each movement, as we go through. Now just start to clear your mind. Bring your focus, your energy, your awareness to the base of your spine, to your root chakra, your first chakra. This is your I am space. Your foundation, your safety, your security. This is where everything starts. Just check in, notice what feels good, notice of any discomfort. On your inhale, bring your focus, your energy, your awareness into your second chakra, the space below your belly button, your sacral. Your I feel space, where you house your emotions, your desires, your sexuality, also known as your mother womb. Now slowly start to draw the energy up into your third chakra, the space above your belly button, your solar plexus, your I do space. This is what drives you, where your passions, your creativity, your power all lie. Now gently move the energy up into your fourth chakra, your heart. Your I love space, your space of relationships, self-acceptance, and unconditional love. Now slowly guide the energy up into your fifth chakra, your throat. Your I speak space, your space of communication, your truth. Now draw the energy up into your sixth chakra, the space just between your eyebrows, your I see space, your space of intuition, your third eye. And then finally take your focus, your energy, your awareness all the way above your head to your seventh chakra, your crown chakra. Your I understand space, your path to enlightenment. I want you to draw the energy all the way down to the base of your spine and then inhale it through the 7 chakras to the crown of your head. Notice if anything gets stuck, of any discomforts, or if it feels good. Work to bring your focus, your energy, your awareness to those areas throughout your class today. One big clearing breath in. Audible exhale, release. Nice work, guys. Just flutter your eyes open. Hug your knees up into your chest. Apanasana, wind relieving pose. Reach for opposite elbows for a deeper compression. Keep pulling the back of your neck down to your mat without constricting your breathing. Just breathe. Now slowly draw your knees over to your right side. Find a supine twist. Bring your arms out to a T. Take your gaze left. Work to keep your shoulders grounding. Good. Inhale, slowly bring it back through your midline. Exhale, supine twist to your left. Take your gaze right. Good, slowly work your way back into your midline. Find yourself a happy baby. Send the soles of your feet up. Draw your knees down as you plug your shoulder blades back and down. Now if this is too much to start, just take your hands underneath your thighs, just pull down that way. You want to keep your tailbone grounding, lengthening through your spine. Maybe rock side to side, left to right. Just let that feel good through your low back. Breathe. Now slowly bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees come out wide. Reach your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Palms face flat. Inhale. And then exhale, lift your shoulder blades up off your mat as your head lifts up. Pull your knees up into your triceps. Find the reclined crow crunches. Lower down. Good. Exhale, lift back up. Inhale, lower. Keep it going here for 4, 3, 2, hold it at the top, and 1. Really crunch in here. Pull the knees up as high as you can. One more breath. Exhale, slowly lower down. Just bring your palms to touch. Keep your legs where they're at. Reach your arms all the way above your head. Inhale. Exhale, lift straight up, and then draw your arms over to your right side. Good, bring it back to your midline. Exhale, take it over to your left. Keep it going here. Working through the external obliques. Breathe. Good, give me 4 more. You've got 3. You've got 2. You have 1 more here. Nice work. Slowly work your way back to your midline. Hug your knees into your chest. Just rock and roll front to back, all the way to a tabletop. Go ahead and plant your hands down. Send your knees back behind. Stack your shoulders to your wrists, hips in line with your knees. Belly button pulls into spine. Option to tuck your toes under. Option to ground through the tops of your feet. Inhale, cow pose. Take your gaze up as you draw your bellies down. Exhale, cat. Tuck in, round up, dome up through the shoulder blades. Pull your hip bones up to your rib cage. Tuck your chin in. Maybe add movement side to side, left to right. Maybe 5 barrel rolls. Let that feel good in your body. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, cow pose. Can you take your gaze up a little bit further, opening up through your throat? Exhale, cat. Tuck in, dome up. Let's do 1 more round. Inhale for cow. And then exhale, cat. Slowly work your way back to a neutral spine. Extend your right leg long behind. Reach your left arm forward, palm face in. Find the pulse, lift and lower. Keep your right hip bone pointing down. Give me 4, 3, 2, hold, lengthen, lift, and 1. Exhale, draw your elbow to your knee and hold. Inhale, lengthen, extend, reach. Exhale, bring it in. Give me 1 more. Exhale, hold it in, draw your knee up into your chest, plant your left hand down. Find tick-tocks out and in. Take your knee outside your elbow, back into your midline. Feel the work through the external oblique. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower your right knee down. Inhale, cow pose, gaze up, bellies down. Exhale for cat, tuck in, dome up. Let's do 1 more round. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Work your way back to your neutral spine. Extend your left leg long behind. Flex your toes back towards your shin. Left hip bone points down. Reach your right arm forward. Pulse and lift, lower. Give me 4, 3, 2. Keep it length, keep it long, and 1. Exhale, draw your elbow to your knee and hold. Inhale, lengthen, lift, reach. Exhale, bring it in. Just give me 1 more here. Exhale, hug your knee up into your chest. You can lower your right hand down. Find your tick-tocks out and in for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower your left knee down. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees 2 inches off your mat. Find a tabletop hover. Your fingers are spread wide. Load into your shoulders. Your belly button pulls into spine. Now take your knees out and in. Try not to bounce your hips. Activation through the core. Give me 2 more. 1 more here. Now hold it here. Find your tabletop hover. Isolate, hold. Good, guys. Lift it all the way up. Find the downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Just breathe. You can pedal out your feet. Draw your heels down to your mat, torso to your thighs. Lengthen through the crown of your head, grounding through your first finger and your thumb. You can bend your knees as much as you need to in a downward dog. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes, roll into a high plank, hold it here. Exhale, lower all the way down to your bellies. Now untuck your toes, ground through the tops of your feet, through your hip bones. Inhale, Bhujangasana Cobra. Lift your chest up, hug your elbows back, shoulders melt away. Exhale, slowly lower. This time, inhale, Cobra Locust. Hands and feet lift up off your mat. Keep grounding through your hip bones in the soft part of your belly. Option to reach your arms, palms back, palms face down. Option, Bound Locust. Interlace your hands to the small of your back, lift up and reach. Take your gaze to the edge of your mat. Exhale, slowly release. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes under. Lift it back up, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now this time, take your gaze to the top of your mat, walk your feet to meet your hands, Uttanasana, forward fold. Ragdoll pose, reach for opposite elbows, sway your bodies left to right, nod your head yes or no. Bend your knees as much as you need. Release the tension through the small of your back and the back of your legs. Just give me one more breath. Slowly draw your hands down towards your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Arms sweep all the way up. Exhale, draw your hands down to your heart. Inhale, exhale, Tadasana. Nice work, guys. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bring your palms to touch. Find a side bend over to your right side. Keep your hips and shoulders square to the top of your mat. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Activate through your glutes. Breathe. Inhale, bring it back through your midline. Exhale, take it to your left side. Feel the stretch through your right side. Breathe. One more breath. Inhale, pull everything back into your midline. Exhale, find a small cactus back bend. Shine your heart forward. Take your gaze slightly up and back. Good. One more breath. Exhale, forward fold. Draw your hands down towards your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a high plank. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower halfway this time. Inhale, upward facing dog. Knees and hips lift up off your mat. Arms are straight, gaze ahead. Exhales, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe. Let it go. You have one more breath. Now take your gaze back to the top of your mat. Step or jump, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms sweep up. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart center. Inhale, exhale, Tadasana. Let's flow through that Sun A. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Look up, take your palms to touch. Exhale, find a small side bend over to your right. Keep your hips and shoulders square to the top of your mat. Inhale, pull everything back into your midline. Exhale, take it to your left. Inhale, pull everything back into your midline. Exhale, find a small cactus back bend. Shine your heart forward. One more breath. Exhale, forward fold. Draw your hands down to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or a cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe. Pedal out your feet. Find an external rotation in your inner thighs, wrapping your triceps towards your ears. Now, if at any time you want to skip a vinyasa, go straight to your downward dog, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to take as many breaks as you need. Now, take your gaze back to the top of your mat. Step or jump, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Toes to touch, knees to touch. Squeeze your inner thighs, your tailbone draws back and down, belly's in, chest is lifted, arms are strong. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant it down, send it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right heel rises. Open up your hip, stack your hips, breathe, feel the stretch through your right side. Keep your shoulders square to the top of your mat. Square your hip, bring your right knee to your left elbow. Hold it here, round up through the shoulder, blades. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, step through, warrior one. Step to the inside of your right hand, your back foot steps into a 45. Front knee stacks to your front ankle. Hip shoulders are square to the top of your mat. Arms are strong. Now if your back heel is lifting up, pull your heel down, square your hips. You want to keep your hips to the top of your mat, not opening up. One more breath in. Exhale, plant your hands, send it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left heel rises. Open up your hips, stack your hips, breathe. Feel that stretch, keep your shoulders square. Exhale, square your hip. Left knee to right elbow, hold. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, step through, warrior one. Back foot's grounded, front knee stacks. Hip, shoulders are square, arms are strong. Exhale, plant it down, send it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, breathe. Now take your gaze back to the top of your mat. Step or jump, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Uttanasana. Toes to touch, knees to touch. Squeeze your inner thighs. Tailbone draws back. Belly's in, chest is lifted, arms are strong. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant it down, send it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right heel rises. Open up your hips, stack your hips, breathe. Square your hip, right knee to left elbow, hold. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, step through, warrior one. Back foot's grounded, front knee stacks, hip shoulders are square, arms are strong. Exhale, plant it down, send it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel rises. Open up your hip, stack your hip, breathe. Square your hip, left knee to right elbow, hold. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, step it through, warrior one. Back foot's grounded. Good, guys. Exhale, plant it down. Send it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come all the way down to a child's pose. Bring your knees out wide, draw your third eye down. Breathe. Slow down your breathing. Come back to those deep belly breaths. Try to release the shallow breathing. Just release the heat by giving yourself an audible exhale. You have one more breath. Now take your gaze to the top of your mat. Walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Plant your left hand on top of your right. Pull your left shoulder down. Feel the stretch through your left side. Just breathe. Feel that working into the shoulder, in through your rib cage, the intercostals, the muscles between each rib. Inhale, slowly walk your hands back through your midline. Exhale, take it to your left. Plant your right hand on top of your left. Pull your right shoulder down. One more breath. Inhale, slowly lift back up. Reach, extend to the top of your mat. Take your gaze to the top of your mat. Now spread your fingers wide. We're finding our child's pose push-up. So lift your forearms up, gaze between your hands. You're gonna roll forward, tuck your pelvis under, don't look through the shoulder blades, stack your shoulders to elbows, elbows to wrists. Exhale, lower down to a hover. Hug your elbows into your side bodies. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, send it back. Keep it going here. Doming up, lower down, lift up, send it back. Now, working into the upper body, working on that upper body strength, but also this is a proper form of a Chaturanga Dandasana. So you want to make the connection with your elbows into your side bodies. Just breathe through it. Give me 4. You've got 3. Lift up with the core, active through your core, belly button pulls in. You've got 2. Give me 1 more. Now hold it down to a hover. Pulse it out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Send it back. Bring your palms to touch the knuckles of your thumbs to the nape of your neck. Let it go. Breathe. Stretch that out. We have 1 more breath here. Go ahead and plant your hands down to the top of your mat. Tuck your toes under. Lift your tailbone high. Find your downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Just pedal out your feet. Let it go. Now inhale, right heel rises. Exhale, pyramid. Step to the inside of your right hand. Now straighten out your right leg as you take your left foot closer in. Ground through the blade of your left foot. Now keep your hips in one line. So if your left hip is opening up, just step your left foot closer in. Option for blocks to bring the ground up. You can walk your hands further back. Draw your forehead closer to your knee or to your shin. Just breathe. Feel the stretch to the hammy tie in. We have one more breath. Inhale, revolved pyramid. Plant your left hand inside your right foot. Open up your right side body. So work your shoulders back to stack. Feel a twist in your spine. Extend through the crown of your head. Now, option to take a block underneath your left hand to bring the ground up to find the extension further. Don't be afraid to use your props if you have any. If you have books, you can use a stack of books or a soft pillow. Give me one more breath. Exhale, revolved half moon. So just shift your weight forward. Send your left heel high. Keep your shoulders back to stack. Fight forward here. Keep your left hip bone down. One more breath. Exhale, step back, warrior two. Cartwheel your hands open. Ground through the blade of your back foot. Front knee stacks to your front ankle. Work for the heel to heel to arch alignment. Now your gaze is down your front middle finger. Inhale, reverse Trikonasana. Reach your right arm up and back as you straighten out your right leg. Breathe. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Cartwheel your right hand to the inside of your calf. Work your shoulders back to stack. Lift up with the external oblique here. I don't want you dumping down. I don't care that you touch the ground. I want you to work on the stack and lift. We have one more breath. Exhale, Prasarita wide forward fold to the side edge of your mat. Now ground through the blades of your feet. Walk your hands shoulder width distance in between your feet, torso to your thighs, crowning your head down. Breathe. Just give me one more breath here. Now everybody, walk your hands back to the side edge of your mat and take your right hand in front of your left foot. Open up, twist, take your gaze up to your left hand. One more breath. Exhale, plant your left hand down, take your gaze to the top of your mat, crawl your way forward. Now keep your hands planted into the right side of inside your right foot, hug your right knee in, keep your back leg lifted. Now open up to a side plank, so load into your left shoulder. Go ahead and take your right leg on top of your left, stack your hips, stack your shoulders. Keep lifting up with the external oblique. Option to drop your bottom knee down, keep lifting up. Option to stagger your feet, option for the hover. Fight for it, one more breath. Exhale, plant your right hip down, square your hips, lower down Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, breathe. Let it go. Check back in with your body. Good, inhale, left heel rises. Exhale, pyramid, step to the inside of your left hand. Step your right foot closer into a 45, straighten out your left leg. Frame your front foot with both hands. Option for blocks to bring the ground up. Option to walk further back, draw your forehead closer in, breathe. Keep your hips in one line, one more breath. Now exhale, revolve pyramid. Just place your right hand down, extend your left arm up. One more breath. Exhale, revolved half moon. Plant your right hand to the top of your mat. Shift your weight forward. Lift your right leg up. Keep the twist in your spine. Working your shoulders back to stack. One more breath. Exhale, step it back, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Just cartwheel your hands open. Ground through the blade of your back foot. Now work for the heel to arch alignment. Sink into your front thigh. Front knee stacks to your front ankle. Gaze down your front middle finger. Inhale, reverse Trikonasana, triangle pose. So reach your left arm up and back as you straighten out your left leg. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle. Cartwheel your left hand to the inside of your calf. Work your shoulders back to stack. Lift up with the external oblique. One more breath. Exhale, wide forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana to the side edge of your mat. Walk your hands further in. Draw your crown of your head down, torso to the inside of your thighs. One more breath. And walk your hands back to the side edge of your mat. Take your left hand in front of your right foot. Extend your right arm up. Take your gaze up. Find that twist in your spine. Keep extending through the crown of your head. One more breath. Exhale, lower your right hand down. Take your gaze to the top of your mat. Just crawl your way forward. Find your lizard lunge. Keep your back knee lifted. Push forward with the ball of your of your right foot. Now load into your right arm, your right shoulder. Open up side plank. Option to stack your feet, option to drop your bottom knee down, keep lifting through your hips, your external obliques, stack your shoulders. Option to find the hover. One more breath. Exhale, plank your hands down, lower down, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, breathe. Beautiful work, guys. Now, just take your gaze to the top of your mat, step or jump, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Uttanasana. So toes to touch, knees to touch, squeeze your inner thighs. Tailbone draws back and down, belly's in, chest is lifted, arms are strong. Now look up, palms to touch. Exhale, bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Find the twist in your spine. Take your gaze up over your right shoulder. Work your thumbs to the middle of your chest. Now option to stay here. Option, if that's too much, place your forearm on top of your thigh, hand to the small of your back, work on your twist. Keep your head higher than your heart. Now, if you're here, option to stay, option to come up onto your tippy toes, lower down to a hover. Good, keep it, lift up. Exhale, lower your heels down. Keep it going here. Come up onto your tippy toes, lower down, find the balance, find the control. Lift it up, set your heels down. Give me two more. Woo. Good work, guys. We've got one more. Everybody, lift back up, find your forward fold. Heel toe your feet to a hip width. Padagustasana, take your peace fingers to your big toes. Let your elbows come out to the side as you use your biceps to pull your torso further down. Draw your elbows forward. Let your head hang heavy. Bend your knees as much as you need. Maybe shift side to side. Let it feel good. One more breath. Release your big toes. Heel toe your toes together. Inhale, chair pose, Uttanasana. Toes to touch, knees to touch, arms sweep high. Pull your tailbone back and down. Now look up, palms to touch. Exhale, right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Parivrtta Uttanasana for a twist. Stack shoulders, thumbs to the middle of your chest. Option, forearm to thigh, hand to the small of your back. Head is higher than your heart. Now check your knees. Make sure they're still in one line. If your right hip's pulling forward, just pull it back. Option to stay here. Once again, option, come up onto your tippy toes. Lower your hips down to a hover. Inhale, lift up, lower your heels down. Keep it going, inhale, lift, lower down, bring it up, draw it down. Good, keep it, give me two more. Whew. Give me one more here. Everybody, good work. Slowly find your forward fold. This time, heel toe your feet to a hip width. Find Padastasana, palms of your hands underneath the soles of your feet. Work your toes to your wrist crease. If that's too much, you can always give yourself a big hug, reaching for opposite elbows, hugging yourself into your midline. Just breathe. One more breath. Everybody release your feet. Heel toe your toes together. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant it down, send it back. Chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right heel rises. Exhale, high crescent lunge. Step to the inside of your right hand. Back heel is lifted. Front knee stacks to your front ankle. Hip shoulders are square. Arms are strong. Now if your back heel is pulling down, lift back up. Active through your left glute. Now look up, palms to touch. Exhale, take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Parivrtta Chandrasana prayer twist. Keep sending your back knee up towards the ceiling. Gaze up over your right shoulder. One more breath. Exhale, dragon lunge. Plant both hands to the inside of your right foot. Push forward and then lower your back knee down. Untuck your back toes. Keep pulling your hips down. Hug your right knee in. Option to come down to your forearm. Option to stay lifted. One more breath. Now, if you're down to your forearms, lift back up. Just heel toe your right foot over to your left wrist. Find a half pigeon. So draw your right knee behind your right, and then sink your hips down and forward. Now, we're staying active in our pigeon here, so don't forward fold all the way down. See if you can lift up, activate through the glutes, belly button pulls into spine. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart center. Now twist over to your left side. Take your left elbow to the inside of your right foot. Or excuse me, your right elbow to the inside of your right foot. Now, option to stay here. If that's too much, just place your form to the top of your mat. Left hand to the small of your back. Work on the twist. Keep pulling your left hip down. We have one more breath. Inhale, bring it back to your midline. Plant your hands back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your back knee. Send your right heel high. Woo. Maybe you open up your hip. Find some hip circles. Let that go. Lower it back down to meet your left foot. Pedal out your feet. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel rises. Exhale, high crescent lunge. Step to the inside of your left hand. Back heel's lifted, front knee stacks, hip shoulders are square, arms are strong. Look up, palms to touch. Draw your right hand to the outside, or right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Find the twist in your spine. Keep your back leg active. One more breath. Exhale, plant both hands to the inside of your left foot. Pull your hips forward and down. Slowly lower your back knee. Find your dragon lunge. Keep drawing the hips down and forward, hugging your left knee in. Option to come all the way down to your forearms. Option to stay lifted. Maybe one more breath. If you're down to your forearms, lift back up. And then find your half pigeon. So heel toe your left foot over to your right wrist. Parallel your shin to the top of your mat. Ground through your pinky toe. Keep drawing the hips down and forward. Now we're in our active pigeon, so you're not lowering down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Twist over to your right. And bring your left elbow to the inside of your left foot. Work your shoulders to stack, gaze up. Again, if this is too much, you can always place your forearm down, hand to the small of your back. Breathe. We're getting into the twist here so that when you twist into your side crow, you're already warmed up enough to really find that external oblique, that activation. One more breath. Good. Inhale, bring everything back into your midline. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee. Send your left heel high. Three-legged dog. Option to open up your hip. Find those hip circles. Let that go. Slowly lower your left leg down to meet your right. Pedal out your feet. Take your gaze back to the top of your mat. Step or jump with Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Uttanasana. Toes to touch, knees to touch. Squeeze your inner thighs, tailbone draws back, belly's in, chest is lifted, arms are strong. Now look up, palms to touch. Exhale, twist, bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Arms are strong. Now look up, palms to touch. Bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Come up onto your tippy toes. Lower all the way down to a hover. All right, guys, so working into side crow. I want you to plant your hands to the side edge of your mat. Your fingers are spread wide like you're gripping a basketball. Let's get back a little bit. So hug your elbows into your side bodies. So you want your right elbow in line with your right hip. You're gonna stack your knees, squeeze your knees together, and bring your left elbow onto your knees. Keep your knees stacked. Take your gaze to the edge of your mat or between your hands. Maybe you practice shifting forward and coming back. Shift forward, coming back. Hugging, making the connection, elbows to hip, elbows to knee. Now, if you've got it, shift forward, grip your mat, lift your bottom foot, and then your top, and you stack. Hold it here. Working through the external oblique. If you have a block, and you feel like you're gonna fall, you can take a block here, your hands grab your block, and you place your forehead onto your block, or a side cheek, or your temple. So you lift, shift forward. You can even place your shoulder onto your block and lift up. Come back down. Whew. Take as many times, as many tries as you need. When you're ready, find your forward fold. Lift your tailbone up, heel toe your feet to a hip width. Find ragdoll pose. Sway your bodies left to right. Just let it go. Now draw your hands down to your mat, heel toe your feet together. Inhale, chair pose, Uttanasana. Toes to touch, knees to touch, squeeze your inner thighs, tailbone draws back. Look up, palms to touch. Exhale, take your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. I'm gonna turn and face you guys. So Prayer Uttanasana, prayer twist. Stack shoulders, thumbs above your chest, gaze up. Come up onto your tippy toes, lower down to a hover. Plant your hands down to the side edge of your mat, or if you're like me, onto your mat. Grip your mat like you're gripping a basketball. Hug your elbows into your hip and onto your knees. Now take your gaze either to the edge of your mat or to the top of your mat. Lift one foot and then the other. Work your way down. Shift forward, lift up, lower down. You need to take a block. Take a block. You can place it again underneath your shoulder, underneath your temple, into your cheek. Maybe you have your gaze ahead of you or straight down, and you take your third eye to your block. So you're here, here, or shift forward, coming onto the block. Come back down. Whew. You'll feel that external oblique active, so you want to lift up. As you stack your knees, squeeze your inner thighs. Good work, guys. When you're ready, find your way back, forward fold. Whew, let that go. You have one more breath. Now everybody just come all the way down to a seated position. Dandasana. Bring your legs straight ahead of you. Belly button pulls into spine. Active through your core. Chest is lifted. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Hinging from your hips. Lead your torso to the top of your thighs. Breathe. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to deepen. Now, if you need support here, you can always take a strap. Wrap around the blades of your feet. Walk down your midline. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Walk the edges of your legs, coming to the blades of your feet, tops of your feet. If you need an extension, you can always place a block past your feet or elevate your heels. Also, if you have a long towel, you can use that as a strap as well and just wrap around your feet and then hold it into your midline. Wherever you need support. You have one more breath. Inhale, slowly lift back up. Exhale, Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet together. Your knees are out wide. Interlace your fingers to the blades of your feet. Inhale, lengthen, lift, reach. Exhale, slowly lower down. Slowly lift back up. Just plant the soles of your feet down just outside your sitting bones. Your knees are up. Now, option to place your hands back by your hips. Option to reach your arms forward, palms face up for a deeper expression. Lean back as far as you can. Your shoulders melt away, chest is lifted, belly's in. Extend your right heel to the top of your mat. Now keep your right leg straight. Lift and lower. Flex your toes back towards your shin. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it down to a hover. Take it out, bring it in. For 4, 3, 2, keep your leg out to the side, and 1. Hug your knee in and extend. Feel that through your external oblique. Give me 4 more. Yes, you can. You got 2 and 1. Bring everything into your midline, sit up tall. Hug in, lengthen, lift, reach, release the tension, let it go. Breathe. Good job today, guys. Now slowly lean back. Take it to your left side. Keep your right foot grounding through your mat. Extend your left leg long. Lift and lower. For 4, 3, 2. Hold it to a hover, and 1. Take it out, bring it in. For 4, 3, 2. Hold your knee or your leg out wide, and 1. Hug your knee in and extend. Feel the external oblique. You've got 4 more. Yes, you can. We've got 2. You've got 1. Hug everything in. Plant your foot down. Sit up tall. Let that go. And just slowly work all the way back onto your backs. Hug your knees into your chest. Find Appanasana, Wind Relieving Pose. See if you can get a little bit deeper this time. Now slowly plant the soles of your feet down just outside your sitting bones. Your knees are up. Find your bridge pose, Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. So plant your hands outside your hips. Lift your hips high, active through the glutes, active through your hamstrings. Option for bow bridge. And release your hands to the small of your back. Roll your shoulders underneath your shoulder blades. Keep lifting up. Good. Now slowly lower your hips all the way down to your mat. Take your feet outside your mat, knees to your midline. Knock windshield wipers left to right. Now find an easy supine twist. So just allow your knees to fall and stagger over to your right. Allow your left knee into the midline of your mat. Your right knee will be outside your mat. And just place your right ankle on top of your left knee. Press further down. Bring your arms out to a T. Take your gaze left. Again, working to keep your shoulders grounding. Inhale, slowly release. Plant the soles of your feet down outside your mat. Knock your knees side to side. Windshield wipers left to right. And then slowly find the supine twist over to your left. Once again, allow your knees to fall and stagger. So this time, take your left ankle on top of your right knee. Gaze to your right hand. Work to keep your shoulders grounding. Inhale, slowly release. Now just straighten out your legs to the top of your mat. Allow your feet to fall out to the side. Inhale, reach your arms all the way above your head. Find your good morning stretch. Just point your toes towards the top. Feel that stretch through your front side body. Big inhale, hold it at the top. Audible exhale, release. Allow your hands to fall out to the side. Palms face up. Close your eyes. Come into your final Shavasana. Option to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you need. Otherwise, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, bring back that life into your bodies. Inhale, completely fill up your lungs. Audible exhale, release. Let's do that again. Inhale, completely fill up. Clench your fist shut, shrug your shoulders up, squeeze every muscle fiber in your body. Audible exhale, release. Leave everything on your mat, take nothing home. When you're ready, work your way into a fetal position either on your right or your left side. Your right side is your masculine energy, your fire energy, your sun energy. And your left is your feminine energy, your water, your moon energy. And then slowly work your way up to an easy seated pose, just crossing at your ankles, lengthening through your spine, sitting up tall. Inhale, arms reach all the way above your head. Take all that good energy, bring it down into your heart center, your heart space, your fourth chakra. Inhale your confidence, your self-love, your self-acceptance. And then exhale all your fears and doubts. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.